All right, hello everyone. It's Jason and Kim back again for another RV trip. It's just non-stop. Every single weekend, this girl has got me camping. This particular one, we're actually going boondocking for the weekend. And that's what this video is going to be about, some tips for boondocking. And if you're new to RVing and not exactly sure what boondocking is, it's just another term for dry camping, in other words. So where we're going, there's no hookups. So you don't have any electricity, you don't have any water, so you have to be self-sufficient with your trailer. And a lot of people usually boondock when they're trying to get out into nature. That's kind of the idea, is to be able to get away from some of the RV parks and the campsites and things like that and get out alone. In our particular case, we're going to a weekend concert event, and we are not going to be alone. In fact, there's going to be hundreds of RVs, and we're all going to be packed in like sardines. But the cool part is that we can do it in comfort, because they have some camping there, some dry camping as far as, you know, tents and things. But having an RV is really nice for these events, of course, so you can kind of kick back and relax during the day and then go see the concerts at night. So anyway, so the biggest thing about boondocking is, again, having to be self-sufficient. So you have to provide your own water, you have to provide your own power, and then sewer. Those are going to be your three biggest issues that you run across when boondocking. So in this particular case, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure, first we're going to make sure we have enough propane. Luckily, that'll be our power source if we have to use our heater and any cooking. Secondly, we're going to make sure that we have enough water. And lastly, for power, if we want to run our air conditioner, because it is going to be pretty hot this weekend in the 80s. It's pretty humid too. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to talk about is propane. That's the first thing you're going to make sure you have plenty of propane, because that is going to be what runs your
fridge, and if you need heat at night or during the day. One thing that's nice about the Lance that we got, it actually came with 3 propane tanks. So you have 2 that are always hooked up, and then you have an extra. So that should be plenty. I mean, like Jay said, we're only going to be gone for 2 days, so we are going to have more than enough stuff. But if you're gone for a week, you want to make sure that all these tanks are full, that you have gas at, you know, not only is the generator full, but you have extra gas in a can. Your propane is going to be on 100% of the time, running your fridge at minimum. And while we have the generator running, we'll switch our fridge. It can run on either electricity or propane. So we'll just, while the generator's running, it'll be able to pull from the generator, so we don't have to use propane, but we're not going to be running the generator a ton.
So the first thing we're going to do, I pulled off all of the propane tanks, and so I just wanted to, we've been using, for a year now, we've been using propane like crazy. Now we've gotten them filled before, so I wanted to check and see, you know, how much do I have. So this tank is empty. You know, there's a little bit left in there, but there's not going to be enough to use. This tank here is about half full, and this tank here is 100% full. So I know that we're going to have enough propane to last us a couple weekends, or at least to last us this weekend. And then when we get done, after this weekend's over, then I'll go get them filled up. But at least I know that I have enough propane for this weekend. So the tip that number one tip I would have is just make sure you have enough propane. If you have 3 tanks like this and you're going to be gone for a week or what have you, just make sure they're full. Until you start to know how much propane you're going to use and how much you're going to need, it's always best to be over-prepared than under-prepared. So anyway, we'll get these things packed back up, and then we will chat about water. All right, so step 1 is done. So we verified that we have enough propane, so we know that we're going to be self-sufficient in regards to being able to heat the RV if we need it. We're not going to need it this weekend, but if we did, in fact, we've used it plenty of times when it is colder. You need the propane, and then for cooking and also for your fridge. So we know that we're going to be able to use the fridge and the stove and be able to heat the trailer. All right, so this has got a 40-gallon tank, freshwater tank, so we're going to go ahead and get this filled up, and then that's going to give us plenty of water for a weekend for showers, dishes, toilet, things of that nature. So, and we'll get this filled up and then move on to the next one. All right, so we're patiently waiting for our 40 gallons of water to fill up. That's going to take a while. So basically getting back to being self-sufficient. the reason why you need to make sure, again, we'll kind of chat about having some propane, and then if you want to run an air conditioner, having a generator. Your batteries on your RV are basically just going to run your lights. They're not going to run the microwave. They're not going to run the fridge. They're not going to run your power outlets, so hair dryers, chargers, things of that nature. If you don't have your generator, the reason why you need a generator is not only just to run your air conditioner, which is important, but also to run anything electrical, which would be all of your plugs and all of your microwave.
Like a hair dryer, a coffee maker.
Basically, if you're going to be doing any boondocking, you're going to want to make sure that you've got a generator. And if not a generator, then at least a solar system that'll put out enough watts. I feel more comfortable having the generator only because I know that it's going to do exactly what I need when I need it to be done, and I don't have to worry about getting a charge from the solar. So keep in mind that if you are going to do any boondocking, then you're going to want to make sure that you've got all of that stuff that we chatted about. Make sure you have enough propane, making sure that you have a generator, and making sure that you've got enough water. And then of course all your other stuff that you need as far as food and all that, which that's just all common sense stuff. But I know sometimes the electrical portion and all that can get somewhat confusing. So yeah, we did almost 5 days without a sewer hookup just a couple weeks ago at the 1,000 Trails, and we were fine. So if you have an option, if you're looking for a trailer, my suggestion would be to get the largest tank that you can afford. It's just going to make, and can haul. Yeah, of course, it's all about weight. It's just going to make your life a little bit easier. I know there's some out there that I think I've seen them as low as 20. Yeah, I mean, you're going to be running out of water and sewer and all that stuff pretty quick. So, or in space.
We've done boondocking. We boondocked last year at the end of the summer, and I think that was 5 days. And you have to be careful with your water. Yeah, up front, 40 gallons sounds like a lot, but you take a couple showers, you wash dishes, you flush toilets, you can run out of water. So you want to be mindful. You know, it's one of those, you brush your teeth, you turn off the water in between while you're brushing. You just gotta
taking Navy showers where you're basically putting the water on, turn it off to lather up, turn the water back on to rinse off. It's all about conserving water when you get into that in those situations. And in fact, I'll link down below some different methods that people use, folks that we've camped with before. We don't have them yet. We're going to purchase some ourselves. Anyway, yeah, collapsible water jugs that you can use so that you can bring water with you as well. So not only would you fill up your tank, but then you'd also have some spare water just in case, because again, that's going to be something that you don't want to necessarily have to run out of while you're out camping. Yeah,
it's warm in here.
So
81
in the trailer. So we got everything unloaded, and it's kind of a fiasco here. I'll show you that a little bit later, as far as how close I got everybody parked and whatever. I mean, we're in our spots and everything's good. So now we'll talk a little bit about the electric and what you can and can't run off of propane, your generator, and your batteries. So we'll start with the batteries first. Without anything else hooked up, you can run your fans, which we turned on here. So trying to cool us off a little bit. You can work your lights. So you've got your lights. So lights will work. And then you can run your TV. Now on the propane is what we're running our refrigerator on. And as you can see here, we have a gas, and then we can also run it on electric. So it's auto. So we can run it off of the generator if we want. And then if we were plugged into a site, of course, we could use it there. So the propane is going to be running the refrigerator. And then, of course, the propane would run our cooktop. So what the batteries won't run, though, is they will not run the air conditioner, and they will not run the microwave. When we plug the generator in, which in fact is plugged in now, we just don't want to turn it on yet, but we're going to turn it on soon because it's hot as heck. This is the reason why you have a generator, so that you can run your microwave, your hair dryers, and most importantly, your air conditioner. And then as long as you have all of those things, then now you're sustainable. And again, we filled up the tanks with 40 gallons of water. So we have plenty of water for doing dishes. We have plenty of water for showers. Take on a tour of our little shower. And then you have plenty of water for toilets and what have you. Hey, that's me. Hi.
Oh, we were able to power our slide with just the battery.
Oh yeah, powered the slide with the battery, which is good, right? Because if you're stuck out somewhere, you don't want to have to be depending on a generator to be able to pull your slide in and out. So as you can see, you really need all of those things. You can't really, it'd be really tough not to operate without a generator. Your propane's already going to be there, you're already going to have that. Your batteries you already have. The generator is going to be the added expense, and it can be expensive. I think the one we bought, this Champion generator, I think it was $1,000, but it's 3,100 watts, so we can run everything off that. So what you find is a lot of these Hondas and Yamahas, I think they're 2,000 watt generators. They're more expensive than the Champion, even at that wattage, and they can only run, a lot of them, they say can't run an air conditioner, but people have had luck running their air conditioner, but they can't run the air conditioner and anything else. Whereas with us, once we have that generator going at 3,100 watts, we can run the air conditioner, hair dryer, fans, anything, and not have to worry about it. So anyway, that's what we have for now.
And our generator's quiet, so that's one thing for being in a place like this. Now if you're out in the middle of the woods, yeah, sometimes who cares, but here when you've got neighbors right next to you, it's nice having an RV quiet generator.
Yeah, we'll show you that because it's got a button you can push to lower the dBs. It takes away some of the wattage, but it's still more than enough to power what we need. Wow, let me show you this cluster that we're dealing with here, with all this people trying to park in these spots. This is nuts. All right, so we're going to crank up this generator here, turn on the gas, turn on the power. So you have an economy button here. Oh, there it goes. That's all she wrote. All right, do you hear that? Ah, that's the sound of awesomeness. So we have that generator on economy mode. So it's the dBs are lower, so a little bit more quiet, especially when you have all these people. You don't want to be that rude guy running the generator all the time, but at the same time, you have no option. It's just too hot today. So anyway, now that we have this on, you can see the microwave can run, and we can run this fan. Let's see if we can, and the fan. So there's the fan, the air conditioner, and the microwave can all run off of that one generator, whereas our neighbor that's with us here, he's got a Yamaha with 2,000 watts, and he mentioned that he can't run his air conditioner and microwave at the same time. It'll blow the fuse on the generator. So ours is running in economy mode and can still run all of that, not even in full power. So that's why I highly recommend the Champion generator, or even if it's not the Champion, at least getting a 3,100 watt generator. Good. But even the reviews on this Champion, I'll show you on the Amazon link here, are all really good. So we've only had it for a year, but I mean, it starts up with no problem at all. Never had any kind of issue with it. So I highly recommend it. I think it was a good purchase on our end. That way we don't have to worry about any of this when we go out and we boondock. Anyway, it's Sunday, so final day. We're getting packed up and getting ready to get out of here. Already sweating at, what, 9 in the morning? Yeah. It's hot. Anyway, so we got here Friday afternoon, so we basically had all Friday, Saturday, and then this morning. And as of right now, as far as tanks are concerned, we are sitting at, let's see, battery is 2/3, the fresh tank is at 1/3. So we did use quite a bit of our fresh water.
And we only took a shower once.
Yeah, black is at 1/3, so the sewer. And then our gray is at 2/3. We could have probably got away with showers today. Yeah. But we probably would have been pushing it at that point.
And you'd be pushing filling gray. It's like you'd have water, but you might be filling your gray tank.
Right.
Even though you have enough fresh.
So I ended up having plenty of propane. I mean, that wasn't even an issue coming in. The generator was able to run the air conditioner and everything just fine. Everybody that we were here with also had generators with their air conditioners as well. Got a couple guys we were with had smaller generators that, like I mentioned earlier, were able to run their air conditioner but couldn't run everything else like ours can. So definitely recommend the bigger 3100 watt generator if you can, instead of the smaller ones. I know if you go with a Champion, you can get a 3100 watt generator for almost, actually maybe even cheaper, I think, than the Yamaha or Honda. One more successful boondocking trip in the books, and hopefully you learned a little bit about what boondocking is, how to prepare for it, and we'll see you guys next time.